What if Alexandra isn't the only person hiding a dangerous secret? Because after everything that happened in episode 3, the new episode 4 trailer seems to be pointing us toward an even bigger mystery. Is Katelyn really working for Russia, or is this another trap designed to make the Lioness team turn against each other? Jo is already in serious danger. Alexandra knows more than she should, and now one of the people closest to the operation could be hiding the truth. And honestly, if Katelyn really is a Russian agent, then everything we thought we knew about this mission could completely change. So, let's break down the biggest clues from episode 3, what the episode 4 trailer could be revealing, and the shocking theories about Alexandra, Katelyn, and Jo's fate. The biggest question after episode 3 is no longer just whether Alexandra can be trusted, because now there is another name that could completely change the direction of this story: Katelyn. And if the clues in episode 4 are really pointing toward her, then the Lioness team could be facing a danger they never expected. The most frightening part is that Katelyn is not just some random person on the outside. She is someone with access, power, and knowledge about almost every important operation. So, if she really is connected to Russia, then Jo's kidnapping, Alexandra's information, and even some of the decisions that have already been made could suddenly start looking very different. But before we go any further, I think we need to be careful about one thing. The episode 4 promo does not officially confirm that Katelyn is a Russian agent. At least from the information that has been released so far, that is still a theory. The official setup for this season has been focused on hidden networks, foreign operatives, and personal betrayals, while the episode 4 promo is described as a frantic hunt where the team races against time. So the possibility of Katelyn being involved is something we have to examine as a theory rather than a confirmed reveal. And honestly, that might make it even more interesting. Now, let's go back to what happened in episode 3, because this is where the real mystery begins. Alexandra was interrogated and accused of possibly working for Russia. But instead of simply giving the team a reason to trust her, she ended up revealing information that was even more complicated. She claimed that there were Americans connected to Russian interests and even suggested a much larger network operating in the shadows. Jo and the team then decided to use this information as part of a dangerous strategy. The idea was to create confusion, force hidden operatives to react, and see who would come out of the shadows. But the problem is that when you start a game like this, you also create chaos. And in a world full of spies, chaos can be exactly what the enemy wants. This is why I think Katelyn suddenly becomes such an interesting character to look at. Throughout the series, Katelyn has always been someone who thinks about the bigger picture. She doesn't always agree with Jo, and she isn't afraid to make difficult decisions. That doesn't automatically make her suspicious, of course. In fact, that is exactly what makes this theory difficult. Katelyn is supposed to be one of the most intelligent people in the entire operation. She knows how dangerous the situation is, she understands the political consequences of every move, and she has access to information that very few people have. But what if the person who understands the operation best is also the person who knows how to manipulate it? Think about it for a moment. If Katelyn really was secretly connected to Russia, she wouldn't need to run around exposing herself or making obvious mistakes. She could simply influence decisions from inside. She could push certain operations in one direction, question other plans, and wait for the right moment. And the most dangerous part would be that everyone would trust her because she has already been part of the system for so long. Sometimes the best hidden agent isn't the person who looks suspicious. It's the person nobody would ever think to investigate. And this is where Alexandra could become extremely important. What if Alexandra isn't lying about the Russian network, but she is hiding one crucial piece of information? What if she knows exactly who is connected to Russia but is deliberately revealing the names slowly? That would allow her to control the entire investigation. She could point Jo toward one suspicious person, make the team doubt someone else, and slowly turn everyone against each other. In that situation, Katelyn might actually be innocent. But because Alexandra knows how to plant doubt, she could make Jo believe